It's like Japji. The whole everything is singing, vibrating, forming complex structures like us, human beings. Trillions of cells working together to create a base cognitive point of perspective in this form. It's one of the things that cause, we're obviously on computers. If you don't refresh your computer, you end up with all this shit. All the different things you open, little cookies, the side trails, and it's the same way, of course, I'm sure it's been said before, of the mind. If you don't refresh your mind through meditation and practice, it just ends up with all of this stuff floating around, and it's impossible for, if it happens to me, which I don't let it, but if in the past it has, it's impossible to navigate. You can't get from A to B. So, refreshing your mind, rebooting it. Problem with rebooting mind, and it's a good try. I mean, we've tried, right? Problem with rebooting the mind is, where do you store yourself while your mind is being rebooted? And that's the problem. Well, we have to put ourselves in some kind of a hypnotic trance life. We're going to join do whatever we're going to do to get through that rebooting phase somewhat intact in our original intent of consciousness. So those are kind of the dynamics going on here. It always comes back into the breath for me. This is how I reboot. This is how I refresh myself continually. And for me at this point, in where I'm going with this in my own mind space, I have to refresh almost instantaneously. That's how fast this stuff moves. So again, the discipline that I've taken the time to, or been graced by the time to be able to embed it, is paying off. This is part of the refreshing product. How this works is the body reminds me. My breath automatically goes back to my diaphragm, guru, guru, and that mantra is set there. And then that triggers the whole evolution of, oh, that's what you're doing. And it's a continual evolution I think what it feels like, and again, this is why it's so hard to articulate in 3 and 4 dimensions, it feels like when you shift these dimensional consciousness or these ways of, okay, let me look at it myself and really describe this, because I'm going to try to get into the state right now to see if I can just understand what I'm saying. I think the concept, what I'm trying to articulate here, would be the shifting image between observer and observed, the continual relationship with identifying subliminally all the stuff going on to create a cognitive intelligence that's stable, and that's the hard part here, is to, as you shift between, or as I shift between, it seems like levels of frequency of consciousness, the integration of those, and again, what it feels like to me, again, interpret it as you wish, the multidimensional experience of this, where it goes beyond words, beyond concept, into some kind of mathematical language that I can perceive of but not understand. I don't know exactly how that formulates down into a cognitive intelligence, but that's what I'm trying to do, is trying to find a pathway to that, trying to stabilize the body and the mind along with it, that creates, a harmonious pathway that brings health, happiness, and joy, along with the idea of expansive consciousness. Ta-da.